I know it's been a while, but it's been a huge summer, been very busy, so many great movies, so many bad movies, but movies are so great to go and watch, and not only that, but movies are so great to talk about. Hi, I'm Awesome Joe, and thank you very much for taking in the time of your day to watching another one of my episodes of Playback to Back movie reviews. And today we're going to be reviewing the official release of the next Tom Cruise great flick, Mission Impossible Fallout. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and review to you guys another great Mission Impossible movie that took place before this one, which is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. And these two movies, they are such great Mission Impossible films. All six movies within the last 22 years have been nothing more but great and impossible excitement that have been brought out to the big screen, bringing in audiences, continuing with Tom Cruise's career as a professional and great actor on the big screen. And I admire Tom Cruise very much, and within all of his movies, he does such a great job. Even though the movies could be a complete disaster, Tom Cruise never disappoints his performances to anybody. So, which is why he's one of my greatest favorite actors of all time. Which is one of the reasons as to why I wanted to do this review today, because I went to go watch Fallout already 2 times in 2 days in a row, and I gotta say, this movie is just so exciting to watch, enough to wanting to watch it again and again and again. It is that such of a great film, and it's just such an entertaining and great time to go to the movies for. But before we talk more about Mission Impossible Fallout, let's go ahead and start off with the one that started it all before Mission Impossible Fallout, which is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. So we've had several great directors within the past few films, like John Woo, J.J. Abrams, and Brad Bird. And this time we have the director Christopher McQuarrie, and he directs this movie very, very well. It's a very completely different toll within the Mission Impossible franchise. You know, yes, we had the success of the first film, then the second film had a little bit of a downfall, and then when J.J. Abrams took place into this franchise and directing the third film and bringing Bad Robot into this whole production, things have really kicked off very well. The third one was great, the second one was awesome, and the fifth one was beyond belief. It was just such an amazing film. Of course, we get the return of this franchise, the star of this film, Tom Cruise. We got Jeremy Renner returning back. He was one of the co-stars to Ghost Protocol, the fourth Mission Impossible movie. We got Simon Pegg coming back as well. We got newcomer Rebecca Ferguson, and believe me, she is one of the greatest actresses ever to portray onto the big screen. She did an amazing job playing this character. I think her name is Agent Elsa, and she does amazingly well. She is a completely same person as Tom Cruise's character Ethan Hunt in this movie, just a female version. And then of course we get the guy who's been with Tom Cruise ever since the beginning. I keep pronouncing his name terribly wrong, which is Ving Rhames. I think that's how you pronounce it. And of course we got the villain of the movie, Sean Harris. I wasn't really too sure about this guy, but he had a very great villainy toll throughout this movie, and I love the fact that he does come back in the sixth film, but I'll talk about that later. But the fact is that I think that he does do a great job in this movie. It's just that I feel like maybe there should have been some more action scenes with him in the movie, because there's more. If you would ask me, there's a lot of dialogue in this movie, but it's not boring dialogue. It's very interesting. It's very entertaining. It really does pick up the story up a lot and take you into many different directions within the film that will take you all the way through to a really clear understanding. And of course, we get Mr. Alec Baldwin into here. You know, we've gotten so many different, leads in these movies. You know, like we had Anthony Hopkins, we've had Lawrence Fishburne. You know, and now we get Alec Baldwin in here, and I think that Alec Baldwin does a great job in this movie. He does brilliantly well. He's a great actor, and he really put a lot of great tolls within the film. And I think that Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is such an excellent, brilliant film. And if you ask me, I mean, we all know Tom Cruise There's a reason why Tom Cruise is so awesome, because one thing for starters, he can do all stunts. He is that brilliant. He can do anything, even for his age. I think right now he's 55, 56 years old, and yet he can still do stunts as if he was in his 20s or 30s, and he's just so great at doing what he does best. And he brings to the very meaning of movie action star. And not only does he does great action films, he does great drama films, he does great comedies. Well, I mean, he did one comedy back in the day with Tropic Thunder, a little scene, and it's just a little character, and I mean, I couldn't even believe that was him. I mean, he's that good. He's a great, brilliant actor, and I can never get enough of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is my most personal favorite. Now, I'm not gay, it's just that I just think that he's brilliant. He's great, he's awesome, he's just everything that, I mean, me personally would love to be if I was in a lifestyle of a certain in particular movie such as this. So, but yeah, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, such a great film. I remember watching this in the movie theater, and I cannot. After when I left the movie, once it ended, I just couldn't believe my eyes, and of what I just saw. Just so amazing, so entertaining, so incredibly great. I love the movie through and through, from beginning to end. Now, when I say that Tom Cruise can do it all, I mean, this movie, he's hanging from planes, he's jumping from stage to stage here, he's underwater for a maximum amount of times, dies and comes back to life. I mean, who in their right mind can do that? I mean, not actually in real life did Tom Cruise die and come back to life, but the fact is that his character in the movie did, and it just brings so much excitement. And you got brilliant car chases and motorcycle scenes, and and oh my God. One of the great things that makes Tom Cruise so incredibly awesome is the fact that, one, he has a brilliant smile, two, he's a great actor, and three, he can run. I mean, this guy, he can run. He runs in every single movie he's in. He's either running, or he's on a motorcycle, or he's wearing sunglasses, or he's wearing a suit. But I mean, this guy, he just, all in all, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And not only just talking about brilliant towards Tom Cruise, this cast is amazingly awesome. They did an amazing job. I very much love Simon Pegg's character, because in the beginning we were introduced to him in the third film, and he had a very minimal performance in the film, and it got him to look a little bit more dorky-ish kind of thing, like a comedic standpoint, and he still does that to this day. But the fact is, we're getting to see him grow more and more into becoming this really great agent. So I'm wondering if there will ever come a time to because we all know Tom Cruise is not getting any younger. He is getting older, but yet he's getting even more awesome every single time, every single movie he is in these films. But the way I look at it is, if there is a time where Tom Cruise actually retires from being this awesome secret agent in the Mission Impossible franchise, would there be a possibility of Simon Pegg taking in the toll of becoming the next, top gunshot, in these movies? There's a possibility. It would be a great, excellent ending to this character, having to see this, this rookie agent from the beginning, working his way through becoming this really awesome badass. So there could be a possibility. I mean, that's just my perspective on the whole thing. That's my opinion and guessing as to how this is going to go through. But I really did enjoy this movie enough, and of course Rotten Tomatoes did as well by giving it a 93%, and for me, I loved it so much enough to give it an even higher rating of a 95%. It is that great. I mean, these movies continue to get greater and greater and greater. So that's my review for Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. What do you guys think? You can always leave a comment in the section at the bottom, and we can have an awesome conversation regarding towards this film or even the next film that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys next. But otherwise, I thank you guys so much for taking in the time of your day to watching these videos. You guys are such a huge inspiration to me into doing this. It's a great personal hobby of mine, and I love to talk about movies, but more importantly, I love to talk about them with you. So let's go ahead and jump off to the next film, the one that we've been waiting for, which is Mission Impossible: Fallout. So Mission Impossible: Fallout is the 6th film in the Mission Impossible franchise. It's been 22 years now since this movie has been in the works, and I mean, it's on its 6th film. It's such a great and incredible franchise that people continue to wanting to go to. So many. I mean, the first time when I went to go watch it the other day, there wasn't really that many people in the theater, but the second time around, the theater was completely packed. It was filled with people, and it just shows that how much this movie still brings audiences to the theater wanting to see more and more and more. And this one is completely, I mean, it's a, you got every single Mission Impossible movie, they are its own film. You have this one big franchise that involves this one character, Ethan Hunt, which is Tom Cruise's character, and it's just it's individual storyline. But when you get movies like Rogue Nation, the fifth movie, and Fallout, which is the 6th movie, those are pretty much the same storyline. It involves the same amount of characters, and it just deals with a continuation of the storyline and where these characters are going to be taking themselves through. So I really see that this is a second movie to a two-parter film, which is Rogue Nation being the first part and Fallout being the second one. So, and the reason why I say that is not only do we get the returning cast of this film, but we get for the first time ever the return of the director of the film, which is Christopher McQuarrie. And like I said, I have a very terrible pronunciation of these names here, but I think that he does a brilliant job at directing both of these films. He does a tremendous job into taking these group of characters and putting them in different positions of the film and making it all seem making it all make sense. It's not like, oh well, we just put you here just because it's fun. Like, no, we're not like Michael Bay where we're just putting explosions over here and explosions over there. No. Every single move, every single direction that this director is putting these characters in, it all comes to play. It's all part of the storyline. It's not at all boring. It's not at all, taking you away from the film. It continues to drag you in more and more and more. And Tom Cruise, my God, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but I remember that there was a post online stating the fact that he got injured in a jump sequence, and I actually saw the video, and I saw that he bented his foot too far back to where he completely broke his ankle. But the thing is that once that happened, he climbed himself back onto the building and continued running. That's how awesome Tom Cruise is. You can never find another actor who can do such amazing work such as him. You can literally break his back and yet he will still keep on going. He's that good. So I wonder how, there's going to be another movie. I mean, come on. This movie is going to make a lot of money. This movie is already getting great ratings from Rotten Tomatoes and from other movie critics, so on and so forth. And, of course, we got the returning cast, which is Tom Cruise. We got, I'm going to mention this character a little bit later here. Ving Rhames again. We got Simon Pegg. Rebecca Ferguson's coming back. One of the first female characters returning back to this franchise. Sean Harris, the first villain from the Rogue Nation movie. We got Angela Bassett in this, which I believe that she is like the, like I said, in every each movie there's a different head lead here. And I think Angela Bassett did a brilliant performance into doing that. We get the return of Michelle Monaghan, Tom Cruise's wife, in the movie from the 3rd film, bringing it all the way back to this film. And like I said, giving her a significant importance to the movie. And it's not like we're just putting you in there just so that we can get audiences to come and see you again. No. There is a specific reason why you are part of this movie, why you are part of this storyline. And we get Alec Baldwin coming back. I mean, like I said again, Alec Baldwin, brilliant actor, great job. We got Vanessa Kirby in here, and I think that she's one of the very minuses. I really did not like her in this movie, but like I said again, she's not somebody who completely takes you away from the film. She's just in there for a very minimal time. But other than that, I mean, the movie is just splendidly terrific. And of course, last but not least, Henry Cavill himself, Superman. And I was worried because I remember when they were doing reshoots for Justice League, and they said that Henry Cavill will do reshoots, but the fact is he will not shave his mustache. He will not shave his mustache. Why? We don't know. We were thinking, you know what? I think Justice League is much more important than Mission Impossible. But that was back then, and Justice League was a complete piece of garbage. It was total trash. It was garbage. I mean, that movie literally pissed me off. But I found out to the reason as to why Henry Cavill would not shave off his mustache, because he does great in this movie. Him with that mustache, he pulled it off terrifically well. So credits to him for making the right decision here, for not having to go off and doing the dumbest decision for some other stupid movie that wasn't really even, that didn't even really matter. So I got to give credits to Henry Cavill for that, and I think that he does a brilliant job. He does great being Superman, not in Justice League though, but I think he does great being Superman. But I love the way that he portrayed this character. I think his name is Agent Walker in this movie, and he does a brilliant job. I'm not going to give you very much specifics and spoilers to this film, because this movie was just released, and I want to give you guys the opportunity to go out there and watch this film. Please go watch this film. Whether if you are not a Tom Cruise fan, whether or not if you are not a what do you call it, like a spy action thriller type of guy, you know, it doesn't matter. Go out and watch it. You will regret it if you do not go out and watch this movie. It is a great summer blockbuster. I mean, it'll completely blow your mind through and through from beginning to end. It is such an amazing movie, and I love the fact that we get not only returning cast members and female characters, we're also getting a returned villain to this movie. Sean Harris. I mean, at first I did not appreciate the type of character that he was portraying in the fifth movie, Rogue Nation, but I think that he did an even more brilliant performance in this movie. He's just such an amazing actor, and I think that he did so awesome in this. I would really love to get to see more of him, but I think that we are really cutting it off right here and moving forward to probably some more better and cooler villains. But I don't really see where you can get yourself into being much more better than Sean Harris, and where things can. I don't even know what they're going to come up with when there is going to be a Mission Impossible 7, because wow, man, I mean, this one, he's jumping out. I mean, there's a sequence in this movie where he does skydiving. I myself personally love skydiving. I would love to do it myself one of these days, and having to see Tom Cruise go out and do it, it's just so fun. You're there with him through and through. He's done some skydiving routines throughout some other films, but this one in particular, it is just so amazing. You see him from all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom. It's just such an amazing sequence to watch. And then you also get him. Oh man, like I said, he's awesome at running, and he does a lot of running in this. I mean, wow. I don't even know how in the world you're still breathing. I don't even know how in the world you're still on your 2 feet. I don't even know how in the world you're even still alive. You know, like I said, you jump from building to building. You're jumping from a window to another building. You're doing this and that. You're on a motorcycle. You're in a car chase scene. You're in a gunfight here. I mean, wow. I mean, and you know, just to point this out, you know, this movie is just really based on the fact that they're after these plutonium bombs, and that got stolen from them, and now they're out there trying to find them again before the syndicate people were to from the first Rogue Nation film to blow up these bombs. And it's just pretty much that's what it is. They're always after some bomb, or they're always after some list or something like that. So that's pretty much what all this is. So like I said, great movie, great time. I had an awesome time watching this movie. I would love to go out and watch it again, probably maybe even 2 more times. Such an amazing film. Like I said, Rebecca Ferguson, great. I'm glad that she's back. And then Michelle Monaghan, I love to see her coming back, and for a specific reason throughout the movie. And this movie on Rotten Tomatoes, they gave it a 97%, and for me, loving it so much, a 98%. It is that good. Like I said, not all movies are perfect, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So So that's my review for Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and Mission Impossible Fallout. What did you guys think? You can always leave a comment in the section at the bottom, and we can have an awesome conversation regarding towards this movie or any movie in general. So I'm Awesome Joe, and as always, stay awesome. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.